Today we are bringing together people from across our PHN with expertise in so many different fields to build a computer model of our healthcare system.
We have the great pleasure of coming here to a beautiful region in order to try and help with the PHN's mission and trying to engage with and help improve mental health for the purpose of avoiding a human and societal tragedy, which is suicide.
This computer model will help us with our commissioning for the PHN. It will help us to have evidence-informed services that we commission onto the ground. And the exciting thing about this is the priorities that we get out of dynamic simulation will have come from a co-design process with our communities.
You don't want to be driving while looking in the rearview mirror, but that's what existing policy tools are. They use historical data and assume the future is the same as the past. And that's simply not the case. So dynamic simulation model brings together computational ability and also technical skills, and through that human process maps out what that future looks like and allows decision makers to engage just as you would with driving a car, to make the right turns at the right time and press on the accelerator to make sure you get across that journey as quickly as possible.
Expectations coming here today were really to understand from a community perspective. I'm expecting that we'll be hearing from lots of different voices in the community about how we can make a real difference in the future.
I had a great expectation today to work with others using my lived experience and finding some positive formulation for how we can reduce suicidal deaths in our region.
Suicide is a multi-dimensional, multi-sectoral problem. It's something that we all share. We all have a part to play in its causation, but also its solution. And so I came to lend a hand. Now I understand the challenges, and I thought today might be a wonderful opportunity for us all to talk together.
We really want to make sure that the modelling captures the community involvement. So we know what we need to do within the hospital, and we know that the model is going to help us with that. But what we really want to see is how we can engage the community and how the model can capture that community involvement to reduce suicide.
We're so excited about what's been happening in between Workshop 1 and Workshop 2. We've been out to the community, finding out what their priorities are for interventions for suicide prevention. We sent out a survey that was developed by this group here from Workshop 1, and it went out and we had over 100 responses. We don't get that kind of response in suicide prevention, so we're quite excited about how that went. We also had lots and lots of feedback on the map that we created within Workshop 1, and now we're putting the final touches on that now in Workshop 2, ready for the model to be run.
The first workshop was about clarifying the current situation in terms of the roadmap in front of them. Workshop 2 is about then trying to clarify the interventions which can change the journey that we've been going on historically. So it's about introducing new interventions to try and then give the population more options, more service options, and better quality service options.
The first time I was like, oh, this is like a suicide prevention experiment, like sort of virtual experiment. So you can actually see if we put in this intervention and we're able to do it at, get this effect, then what happens if we put in this other one and this other one, and what's going to have the biggest impact in what time frame. So that's been really exciting.
The 2 workshops so far, we've been provided with some information around what system dynamics modelling is and how that can be used to transform the way we plan and then put together our service delivery at a community level. It's great to have all different diverse members of the community and different stakeholders.
For a lot of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander communities, it seems to be a little bit of there's a gap, and we're trying to link in a more holistic approach with services, more about healing and with the clinical aspect of what's been delivered. It's great to hear from Aboriginal people and communities of what they feel they need. So for me, it's very important to be here to just to give a bit of acknowledge that Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people are needing some support, and where that's best going to be delivered in the communities.
So I've been doing a lot of work around the PHN dynamic simulation since the last workshop. So we've been out and about talking to a lot of people, largely to have a rural focus and a rural input into what's happening, so that when the PHN are looking at commissioning services, that they can take into account a more rural perspective.
We've had such a diverse range of people in the room. We've had obviously people from health, but also from housing, from culturally and linguistically diverse communities, lived experience has been very well represented, and we've also seen some of our Aboriginal colleagues making sure that that Aboriginal voice is heard in this. We'll continue to see and hear from all of these diverse groups into Workshop 3.